he has a place up on the hill. They took his mansion.
Seward Mansion. Yes.
William Seward was a founder of the Republican Party, and a few of the other bigwigs in the area, and they got together and formed it in Westfield. They had their first general meeting in Mayville because they didn't have enough room in Westfield to bring everybody together. Westfield started printing the Westfield Republican, which was the organ for the Republican Party all over the United States. And doing they decided to get their own president, nominate their president, and it turned out they had to go to Chicago because there were some big guns over there who ran the railroads and wanted more railroads. Well, they picked Abe Lincoln as their buddy because he said, I'll make money for you, believe me, lots of railroads. And Seward went over, and Seward was a front runner by a mile because he was one of the originators. And he took a whole clutch of people, and they all went over on trains to Chicago, and he was a shoo-in for the nomination. Well, what had happened was those sneaky railroad people in Lincoln did an interesting thing. First of all, they built this beautiful building they called the teepee for the convention because it's kind of pointy, and it was huge. And they took, when Seward and gang got there, they noticed an awful lot of Pinkerton men around. And it turns out they were seated apart from each other, so from the other delegations. Our delegation, Seward's, was kind of crowded up, jammed in a corner, and the rest of them was quite a distance away, so couldn't communicate that easily. Well, to make a long story short, too late.
It's pretty long.
What they did was, for some crazy reason, the Seward people had a sudden bunch of people come marching in for them in full uniforms and everything, playing a band, and they circled the convention floor, and then they walked outside and ran around the convention house. They locked the doors. Now most of his people were outside trying to get in. The Pinkertons locked them out, and the first ballot came through. He had won it. Actually, Seward won it, but he didn't have enough of a plurality. The second one, since they were out there, the second one came through, and it was in favor of Lincoln, and the third ballot gave Lincoln the nomination. Seward would have had it if they hadn't pulled that little gimmick and locked half of them out. Incidentally, they had paddy wagons coming up to take them. They were pounding at the doors. It was an insane thing. So this is true.
Even sneaky things went on in politics.
This is Westfield, and everybody in the world says the Republican Party started here, but it did start in Westfield, and there's historical fact on that one. Okay, enough history.
Okay. Well, again, I wanted to just I don't want to dwell too much on the website, but I do think that what we're really doing now is adding value for the community, and actually putting the profile out to the world as a place that people might want to come and live and work and play. As I mentioned, as far as the living side of it is concerned, we also now have real estate listings on there. You can click on a button on the website and go to Westfield specific real estate listings, not the rest of the county, not the rest of the world, as you might say, just the Westfield real estate. So people who are interested in coming to Westfield, they look at the website, it attracts them, say, well, let me have a look what kind of property prices there are out there, what kind of buildings there are.
I will say, they're very cheap. You can buy property in Westfield for peanuts compared to, I mean, the houses are going for $25,000, nice big houses with a good yard, compared to Long Island where they're running $500,000 for the same darn house. Westfield also is a small village. It has perfect population control, I might add. For every pregnant woman, a man leaves town. So it works out perfectly. No, it is a beautiful little town. And,
and so I think, so you now have that opportunity to have a listing. You can actually then click on the listing and go to a Google map, which you can't get on MLS, I believe. Go to a Google map that actually shows you the location. So there's some sophistication in this website that we never had before.
Well, I'm sure everybody wants to try it. Where do they go? Well, they just Google it. Westfield Development Corp. And bang, you're there, right?
WestfieldNY.com. That's the way to get there. In addition to that, we're trying to engage the community. As you mentioned earlier, there are some really nice photographs on there. And so what we're doing is we've actually created a Flickr account whereby people can send in their photographs of Westfield. They will go into the Flickr account, and we will then periodically allow them to be shown on the website to show these really nice photos that people take. We have a lot of talent in this community, artistic talent, and photographers who really do a nice job.
Okay, we got a phone call. You want to take one?
Oh, a what? Sorry?
You want to take a phone call?
Oh, yes, by all means.
Okay, well, it's your time. You can talk.
Okay.
I like to talk. You know that. Okay, well, here you go. Thank you, caller, for waiting. Hello there.
Oh, good morning. This is Linda Spalding.
Well, we haven't heard from you for weeks.
Oh, I know it.
It's been breaking my heart.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, last week Doug had a college reunion to go to in Edinburgh, and I think the week before I was swimming and I didn't get back. I apologize for not calling.
This is Spalding, Linda Spalding. She's a bigwig over in Chautauqua, and she's married to this cute old guy. He's very old. He almost gets in. And
Isn't he as old as us?
You bet. He almost gets in free. When you go to Chautauqua, you get in free when you're 90. And he's getting close to that now, see?
I'll look forward to that.
And he has a dog that he's teaching to play the piano, right?
Oh. 2 dogs.
2 dogs, and he plays the whistle. The Irish whistle, or whatever it is. What do they call it? The Irish...
penny whistle.
Penny whistle.
Penny whistle. Mm-hmm.
He also plays the recorder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a recorder. I turn it on all the time.
The harmonica.
Uh-huh.
The piano.
He's a very talented man. He also...
And the guitar.
And he taught over at Mayville School for 100,000 years. For a long, long time. Whatever.
I don't think the school was that old.
Well, they do have a beautiful school now, and we're in one of the other schools. We're in the old one now, the county building. Beautiful place, beautiful place.
Oh, I'm glad they saved that and restored that building. That's a very solid, good building.
It certainly is. I actually got, there was an editorial in the paper which mentioned you, and I don't remember where it was. They pointed out that that woman who keeps talking about food stamps.
Is that me?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. That was like 5 years ago.
Well, they brought it up again.
5 years ago.
Yeah, well, he has a long memory, you know. So anyway, Linda, what's new?
Well, I just like to call about the services with the Chautauqua County Office for the Aging.
Yeah.
I have the Senior Employment Program, and also we have computer training, entry level for all seniors in the community. We have a site in Westfield at the Patterson Library, one at the Fredonia Senior Citizen Center, and at the Jamestown Prendergast Library.
Terrific.
And we also have another site in Olean at the Olean One Stop in Bluebird Square, and also we're opening 2 more sites. It will be, one will be in Irving and the other will be in Salamanca.
You know, they have a wonderful Office for Aging here, and they do incredible things with nothing.
I agree with you.
Mary Ann, is Mary Ann still the director?
Mary Ann is the director.
Okay,
yeah.
they haven't had to furlough her yet. But as you know, Greg said, if we're going to have to raise taxes, or we're going to have to do away with the buses and the Office for Aging. You know, I think he's going to put the Office for Aging in a little trailer down by the riverside. You know.
No, we're in full force, giving services as usual, actually expanding services.
So they haven't moved you out into a little trailer?
No, we're doing more with less, and we can do it.
Of course, I know you are. There's less and less. And
everybody has to do that these days. We have to focus on what needs to be done and be conscious of what expenses are.
The big laugh is, according to the director, they get so much matching funds that they're losing a huge amount of money when they cut back on the county budget. You know?
Yeah. I mean, this whole budgeting thing. I mean, it's not unique to our county. It's the state.
Oh, of course.
It's worldwide, actually.
Yeah,
it's worldwide.
Yeah, except for the Chinese. I think they're doing pretty well.
Well, Chinese are doing okay, but they've got their problems too.
That's because they've got American businesses over there.
Oh, sure, they're moving over there hand over fist.
Oh, it's because they've got a low currency. That's one of the reasons.
That yawn is a big yawn, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Linda, thank you for the information. Well, do you have a phone number now?
The number to call with the Office for the Aging is 753-4471. That's for the Senior Employment Program, the computer training, and all other senior services. Toll free, Dunkirk, Fredonia area, 363-4471.
Like all the county numbers, they can do it from the Dunkirk area with 363 instead of 753, and it's free. How about that?
Sounds
And
good to
also, I want to say that I want to congratulate you guys on what a good job you have been doing up to date. And I'm sure somehow or the other you're going to pull it off, and our county office of aging will still survive and probably won't be in a trailer down by the water.
No, and it's a wonderful place to work, and we're so happy to give our seniors the services they deserve.
Okay, thank you very much, and you have a great day. And remember, the tuna catfish, if you run out of money, is still pretty tasty, especially if you use a little bit of mayo on it, you know?
I understand you're serving seafood hors d'oeuvres tonight, Lee.
Goodbye, Linda. Thanks a lot.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. Say hi to Doug.
I will. Thanks. Bye-bye.
She has such a happy, cheery voice.
Yes, she does, which I think you know is a big asset when you're dealing with the aged people.
Well, you know, the office of aging really stretches the buck. They keep getting cut back, but Greg has got to cut somewhere. He's going to be chopping stuff all over the place.
It's a tough task. I mean, you're going to disappoint somebody.
And he's heading for the lieutenant governorship, maybe.
Yes.
It looks like he has an excellent chance.
He's having a run at it, that's for
I
sure.
guess it's probably Crosscut's doing the job work over there now. He's the leader over there now, the Republican leader. Okay, John, we have talked about the Westfield program to bring in new business. You pointed out you've had new business coming in, and you had the magazine come in for one thing. 9 people, you said?
The what? Sorry?
The magazine.
Yes, Great Lakes Life.
What else have you done?
Big
There
asset.
must have been something else come through.
Well, I mean, we have some things on in the pipeline, as you might say.
Okay.
Let me give you an interesting one that we recently have been in touch with a person who's looking at Westfield to actually start an alpaca farm. Kind of interesting. Alpaca, you know.
Now, I've heard we have llamas all over
Well,
the place.
alpaca's like a small llama.
And we have emus and ostriches.
Yes, well.
Alpaca is a kind of llama. It's in the same family. It lives in the same place, the Andes, right?
Well, I think they're from South America,
Yeah,
but
right.
this guy's looking at locations in Westfield. He has a really interesting concept in that he raises the alpaca and he takes the wool, or I don't know whether you call it wool,
Finest wool in the world.
whatever it is, and actually cards it, spins it, weaves it, and produces an end product that is, in his words, far more competitive out there.
We're out of here. The train's leaving the station.
Oh, the train's leaving the station. I'm sorry about that.
I think I better shut this off. It's getting wild here. Okay, John Rawlinson, giving us a little insight on the development corporations around our county, especially centering on Westfield, where he is the executive director. John, I want to give you just a minute, unbroken silence by me. Your time.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity of being here, Reed. I'm not really a television performer, but I do like the opportunity to get out to the the people in our community that Westfield is relevant and has stayed relevant, even though we had Welsh's pull out many years ago, and a lot of that's down to our local organisations. A lot of it's down to what I call the human capital. And the human capital are people in government, in the chamber, in the Westfield Development Corporation, who spend a lot of the time volunteering the time to actually make Westfield a better place.
Thank you very much, John Rawlinson, and you did fine on television, I might add.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're an old pro.
No.
I want to thank special people. The last caller, sorry we didn't get you in, but you can come next time. We'll bring John back. In the meantime, I want to thank really great people here. Chuck Kelsey started the whole works. Devin Taylor worked hard, beautiful studio. Chris Burt, our absolutely superb engineer. Chris Remaker, Mort Flexer, Randy Burt, who does a hell of a lot of the work around here. And I want to thank Jeff Zook, who is our chief engineer doing the job, and Don Zenz, and all the other people out there who are viewing us. Get out there and have a beautiful day. Get prepared for the Halloween coming. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. May all that is proud and true and noble abide with you. I won't be here for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to Tahiti. I'm going to the Bahamas, actually. Have a great week, everybody.